welcome everyone. Thank you for the patience that you've given us here. I believe we're live, but Blake's kind of finishing setting up stuff. He's had a heck of a day, and we apologize for everyone's delay, but really has been out of our control and out of Blake's control with these flights this time of year. So I guess that's part of the fun of selling pigs here before Christmas, and with some weather finally coming in and all of that. So we appreciate it. I guess I'll give you a couple things before we start the preview and while he's getting everything set up. For those listening online, this preview is going to be broadcast obviously on the Kennedy Ventures page. But as this is going on, Gracie here sitting to my left, she's going to enter the times that every animal goes into the ring. So you can go to the Showpig page where everything's listed, and if you want to see a video of number 27, for example, it will say on there, number 27 is in at 45 minutes and 32 seconds or whatever it is. Now you'll be able to quickly just go to another tab over, go to the Kennedy Ventures page and get to that point in time where you can see video and you can hear commentary. We did not take videos last week like we customarily do with the photos. We just didn't have time. We were trying to get our photos all up and going well and all of that. And we knew we'd have this preview. We didn't know it'd be so late and all of that. And again, that's out of our control. But we appreciate your patience. We appreciate everyone being in here in attendance. We have a really nice little crowd, and we have a really nice set of pigs that we're very excited about. This set of pigs is the same set we always have had for 3-4 years, the same age at our January sale. We've just simply moved the sale up. Kind of something that we've kind of had to do. Get these sales up, moved up about a month, and honestly the rest of the world was a little ahead of us in that regard. These Mayfair pigs and April Fair pigs, and a lot of them are going to be June Fair pigs, but now's the time to buy them, and the next month we'll be already selling more mid-summer pigs, so that's just kind of the way it works with the maturity on these guys. We'll have James Backman here auctioneering like we always do. We've got 86 to show you today. Or this evening here in our preview, and again, we're going to make it really quick. I've got Jason DeShane here off to my right. He's going to help me with the commentary, but we're going to make it as expedient as possible with the main goal here being just giving you good views and angles on all these pigs. We will do another preview in the morning at 10 a.m. That's just going to be live for our folks here, so if you're online, you're local, and coming to the sale tomorrow, surely suggest getting here about 10 o'clock so you can watch everything as they come back through. So, or do you think we're about ready, Blake? Go ahead and run some pigs in. We are ready for pigs. These first two coming in are lots 18 and 19. These are some blue barrows. We have quite a selection and assortment of light cross animals here in this set, largely in part due to their sire, Different League 112-1, who's doing an extremely good job kind of elevating himself as the elite or one of the elite Different League sons. Both of these guys, again, sired by 112-1. Lot 18 would be the kind of lighter blue one there that Alea's got there. He's on the left of your screen. He is Different League 112-1. Game of Thrones, 86-3. So he's out of a young Game of Thrones tricked out mama that's extremely stout. And then the lot 19 is the more blue pig that Tessa's got there. He'd be Different League 112-1 on a silver bullet, 182.6. That pig there's several mates in the sale here. We'll show you. They are full sibs to the champion light cross gilt at Western Regional here last weekend. I guess it would have been 2 weekends ago now that actually my daughter showed there. One of our favorite pigs of the summer and fall. We thought that she won that very easily. She's a very dominant pig. This repeat mating here is an even deeper litter. We called that pig Snowflake, so he's Snowflake's full brother. So again, blue pig is lot 19, Different League 112-1. The dark blue pig that is Different League 112-1 back on Silver Bullet, and then the 18 is the lighter blue there, Different League 112-1 back on Game of Thrones. Jason will comment here quickly.
Yeah, as Russell said, both of these guys look great out here. They got a good pedigree behind them. They got the lighter colored one there. He looks like a really good hip hind leg going on to him, and then this darker blue one, he's got a good shape to him and good athletic build.
These guys are a little more immature in their look, but we tell you these 112-1s come with lots of muscle. They're pigs that are typically a little slower coming, and so maybe keep that in mind. There's going to be lots of muscle here. Pasterns and build, extremely good, square, just good built pigs, but they're going to have plenty of punch. These next three coming in, we've got 31, 32, and 33. So 31 is a mate to the 19 we just showed you. That's the predominantly white pig there that Tesla's got. So he'd be again a different league 112-1 silver bullet. And then we've got 32 is the blue rump pig. He'd be a mate to the 18. So two mates we just showed you. That's the 112-1 Game of Thrones. And then the belted pig there is 33. And he would be a 40-6 no stranger. So 40-6, the sire of the belted pig. We can talk about him first. That's the blue boar at Kurt Morgan's that we own part of. And he actually just arrived in Calusa this week. I haven't even seen him myself. We've been so busy with sale prep. But we bought him from Kurt there a little over a year ago. He did a tremendously good job for us. A lot of our better pigs this last year were 40-6s. In fact, our best barrow at CYE this year was sired by 40-6, and he was also champion 4-H at the Calusa County Fair. That's that 33, and again, out of a no stranger sow. Really like that pig. He's been one of my favorites going through the barn. I talk about width and just genuine width from the ground up, and being a very, very just a white skeleton, big rib, big top kind of a pig. That guy's going to be massive someday. He's also one of the bigger belted ones we've got here. So if you've got an earlier show, that'd be a great one to key in on. 32, again, that's the blue rump pig there that Alea's got. Would be a 112-1 Game of Thrones. He is very stout. He's a mate to that lot 18. He's probably stouter bone-wise. He's another one that looks like he's really going to grow. He's got a big old skull on him. Hip and hind leg is very, very good. Very, very high on that guy as well. I know lots with, the Tame Affair. Some of these other fairs in early May. Los Banos is another one. There's Dixon. There's Chowchilla. Size-wise, those are the ones, that size, that maturity, I would say would be right on for those guys in that part of May. Then our white pig there again, that's full sib to Snowflake out of that 55 litter. He's going to have a lot of muscle and shape. He's solid white. He would class as a York. He'd be another one that'd fit good for an early May kind of time frame there. And most of those shows here now in our part of the country have got breed shows. So that 31 would fit as a York most anywhere. And I would say it'd be awfully tough to beat.
Yeah, and this 31, that is a great-looking York pig. That would classify as a York. He is got a good structure there and very mobile. I really like this belted one out here, though. It's 33. Yeah, lot 33. That thing is stout and definitely very athletic. He's moving around the ring pretty good. You get that thing behind the whip a little while and get some training behind him and get him to walk good for you. It'd be great. And then this blue rumped one too. He's got a real good front shoulder and stout and just a real good look to him.
$79 and $80 just came in. We've got a pen full of black males here, and we'll show you 3 more here in a sec. We obviously try not to make black males, but that's something that our firm's made a lot of and we've done really well with. These two I've been really high on. Again, they're 79 and 80. They're mates. They're sired by Tricked Out 6-8, and they're out of a really good young heavy hitter sow. She'd be a heavy hitter up, down, and she'd be out of the 124-8 sow. That was reserve graded at Arizona Nationals several years back, and it's kind of been one of our staples in our herd. One of our kind of building block females would be the grandma here. So again, tricked out 6'8". For those who followed us this last year, we did our boar parades, and 6'8's about as impressive of a boar as what you'd find. He's no longer with us. He had a swollen nut issue. We finally had to get rid of him, but we were able. He blessed us with one good month of semen producing, and that was to make this set of pigs. There are some really, really stout pigs in here. These are two of the stoutest ones out of him. You study their bone and just their general build. They've got a stout skull, but yet it's got a, kind of a show barrel look to it. Their length of front from their blade forward is very good. Then you get to the ground, they've got big bones. They're good in terms of being up on their toes, and they're very square-hocked. The 79 is the one that Tessa's on. The 80 is the one that Levi's on there. I'd say there's not a lot of difference, or excuse me, that's Carter. There's not a lot of difference between the two of them. Just maturity-wise, 79 is probably a little thicker. But you want to talk about June Fair pigs or late May Fair pigs, these guys ought to be right up your alley, and they're a little later in the sale. They're black. If you're looking for something that can win that maybe not one of those real high dollar ones, sure would key in on these two. Again, 79 and 80.
Well, I think the worst time of a black pig's life is the day that he sells, because everybody wants to not buy them. I think that it's pretty apparent that you can go to any show across the country, and it doesn't matter what color they are. When they look like this, their build, the feedability that the Ottenwalter program has here, and then you look at how stout these things are. I think two good pigs that are farther down in the sale, like Russell said, with a lot of opportunity and feeding windows there that can maybe even stretch to the end of June.
All right, we got three more black ones here. Again, I promised you good black pigs, and we've delivered so far here. 81, 82, and 83. Alea over there in the black jacket has got 83. And then we've got Carter with 81. And Tessa in the white shirt has got 82. So 81 and 82, those are mates to the two we just showed you. Again, that litter is very strong. They're tricked out 6'8", heavy hitter, 100-3. And Grandma there be that powerhouse up, down, south. And then the 83 that Alea's got is a non-mate. He would be loud and clear different league. Mama's a really good young different league. Should be a different league junior out of line wedding night. Kind of a line bred mama that she's out of. Really like this pig. Again, that's 83. If you can see, that's the girl with the black jacket that's driving. Very, very good pig. These loud and clears are really starting to surface. It's becoming evident they're feeding well. A lot of the best ones that we're going to show you tonight are loud and clears. Sherwood keying on this guy. He's got a big old stout skull. He's extremely good at the ground in terms of genuine width, in terms of feet and toes and being square and opened up. Really, really like that guy. The other two, again, 81, 82. Similar to the mates we just showed you, these two are the two taller ones. Probably have a little more grow in them, probably fit more of a middle May or an end of May type scenario if they need to. Bone and hair and all of that is really, really good on these pigs, and they have nowhere to go but just up and just continue to get better. Been really high on these tricked out 6'8". So again, 81, 82, and 83.
Yeah, and I know I let Blake talk the last ones. He's not a huge fan of all black pigs, but I don't know. I have a special place in my heart for a black pig. I think they're a lot of fun. These guys can be fed out and look real good, and you get your showman out there in the sun, or maybe get some tan on these guys, get them a little more black, get them fed right. They'll make you a really, really a lot of fun pig.
Okay, we've got 84 and 85 coming in here. These are littermate sisters. They're loud and clears, back on 3-peat 167.11. Really, really good mama that they're out of. She's had 5 or 6 litters now. We've kept several daughters. We've got 3 of those 167 litter sows. We've built quite a bit around those females. And these are just nice gilts. They're solid white. These are the kind that fit very, very good as far as like a gilt show type scenario. You want to go to World Pork Expo, or I guess it's the Exposition show like that. You want to just jackpot. These are great York appearing kind of pigs that go home and make phenomenal females. Awesome build. These loud and clears, like we've talked, just really, really good built pigs. They're stout featured. These girls have a really, really good mama. 84 is the one that Alea's got, and she's in the black. We've got Carter here with 85, and not a whole lot of difference between the two of them. I studied them both yesterday and today. I thought I liked one a little better yesterday. Thought I liked the other one a little better this morning. Studying yourself, 84 is probably just a shot more moderate. 85 is a little bigger. I love her hip and her hind leg. These are good pigs, and I would also tell you, county fair kind of buyers, these earlier May shows, these are perfect. They're going to grow right into it. They're very muscular. They're good in terms of bone. Their build is awesome. They're going to be very easy feeding pigs. It's going to be kind of hard to screw up, and they're going to be very, very hard to beat in the York division. These loud and clears, very, very stout pigs. Again, 84 and 85.
Two gilts here that I think, like what Russell touched on there about the exposition and stuff. Those shows offer the light cross division, and I feel like so many times it's hard to find a light colored gilt, especially that's got enough bone to compete. And I will tell you that you could probably drive a lot of miles and not find two that look like this, but also just the ability to go back and be put back into a breeding program with a very good pedigree and have this kind of look and shape and flexibility.
$17 and $4 coming in here, and as promised, we do have some belted pigs. We will show you those here in a minute, but as promised at the beginning here, we've got a lot of these good light crosses that are sired by different League 112-1. So these are our mate sisters. They're full sisters of Snowflake. The one that Tessa's got over there is lot 4. And the one that Alea's got there in the middle, Alea's in the black, is lot 17. The one Tessa's got lot 4, we've been calling her Snowflake Jr. She looks exactly like Snowflake did. Snowflake was the champion light cross gilt at Western Regional here 2 weekends ago. We fed her at my house. My daughter showed her. She was a really, really good gilt to show. She was a gilt that was honestly never had a bad day. Always looked very good. Was always muscular like this gilt. Was always real fluffy legged and just big, just big boned and hairy. Lots and lots of muscle and shape, and for a market hog scenario, which I know a lot of our customers are looking for, that lot 4 at one bodes really well to fit into any kind of a market type scenario. I'd tell you she's big enough to get to early May, but I'd tell you the way she'll feed, she could probably get to June pretty easy for you if you want to. Obviously would be a great expo guild or a great gilt to show, on the jackpot circuit, no matter where you're at. If you're in the Northwest or the Midwest, that lot 4 is awful special. Going to be a very, very high ceiling on that one. I think she's really good. The 17 that Alea's got is a little later in her maturity pattern, but as you can see, she's got the same build and kind of look there. Those 112-1s will feed, again, with lots and lots of muscle. They need to come a little slower in some cases, but gosh, you got a county fair, you got a jackpot type scenario. These are the kind you get along every day. Light cross division's typically not as tough, and when you walk into there with something like as good as this pair, you can expect some instant success. She's blue. She's got a little blue on her. She's not going to be a York classifier like the lot 4 will, but she's going to be really, really tough to beat. So again, 4 and 17 in the ring here.
Yeah, these different League 112s have been really, really great to feed. And from what I know of Snowflake at Western Regional, that pig turned out amazing. So these guys are going to be pretty easy to feed. I spotted the lot 4 in the back when I was looking around earlier. I think she's a little special but that's nothing to take away from the other one out here. I think they're both going to be good structure, good feeding, and you can probably take these guys a long way.
We've got 86 and 87 coming in now, and these are actually the last 2 lots in the sale. There's 87 lots. 87 is the black one. She'd be a tricked out 6'8" heavy hitter 100-3, so she's a mate to several of those black pigs that we just showed you a little bit ago. Would be lots 79 through 82. And then the blue gilt over there, again, would be lot 86. And she is 40-6 back on No Stranger. She'd be a mate to the lot 33 barrow that we showed you a little earlier too, a bigger belted barrow that's been real popular. So again, blue gilt lot 86. That 40-6 sire of her is a boar that we own with Kurt Morgan that's done a really good job. Our best barrow again at CCI last year was sired by that boar. He goes on to win quite a few things. He goes to the final drive show. I think he's reserve grand one day. But these 40-6 pigs are opened up really good. They're really good centered. Their rib cage is extremely good. You can read that in this gilt here. And then you study her at the ground, especially coming at you. She's really, really good chested and good all the way there. And that color pattern also just typically lends to success, especially in the light cross division as well. So again, that's 86. Then Tessa's got that 87 black gilt over there, and we kind of thought this would be a nice, interesting pair to throw at the bottom of the sale for those who might still be out there looking. You could grab a real sharp-looking blue gilt, or you could grab this black gilt that's got a stout skull and just a neat-looking head and big legs, and probably still have a real good chance at pulling off a banner with either one of these here at the end of the sale. So again, 87 and her pedigree, once again, tricked out 6'8" heavy hitter. And that's 87 is the black one, and then 86 is the blue.
2 really good gilts here that's going to actually round out the sale, it sounds like. And I encourage you to go back in the back and study 87, because I think when 86 gets out here, this blue gilt, maybe that's the one that demands your attention. I know we've got a small crowd there online from Indiana and Ohio that keeps texting in, and I would say Clay P could even find the one that's blue there. The black one, I would say, is one that you could take home and put on feed, probably a little skinny and green today, but just going to get better every day of her life. I really like the blue gilt. That looks like a big ring, a show gilt that when she weighs 275 pounds and dialed in, her color, to your point there, is going to be beautiful in terms of a show setting with some oil on her.
$30, $60, and $61 just come in here. Been pretty high on this pin, and tell you about them real quick. The black gilt is $60, and then the one that Carter's got there is $61, and then Alea in the black there is got $30. So talk about $60, the black one first. Really fun little gilt. She is a tricked out 6'8", different league 48-6. So her mom is a litter mate to different league 48. That's the boar, probably been the most popular different league sire, or son rather. He's the boar that we sold a little semen on in the exchange and kind of had him shut down all summer. He's at 84 hands in Oklahoma. There is a lot of really good different league 48 pigs scattered throughout this set. and you'll see him in the next two sets as well. We'll use that board very confidently. So again, that's lot 60, the black one. Tricked out 6'8" on different lead 48 sister. Really like her. I think she's a nice little kind of hidden gem, kind of 3/4 of the way through the sale there. Moderate, big-legged, going to be real hairy, going to have some good extension up front. Going to be a very, very good late May, early June kind of show pig, or a big gilt for a state fair type scenario. Then we've got 30, which is a Leah Myers gilt there in the center there, the belted gilt. Leah in the black is driving. Been real high on this one. She's a loud and clear silver bullet. So we haven't shown you lot 1 yet, but lot 1 and his mates, one of the better litters in the sale, are out of 124.5. Lot 30 here is out of 124.3. So they're out of mate sisters. Really, really good young sows. So the mama would be silver bullet, end game. And that in-game grandma, 2015, should be an in-game Jack Daniels, is probably our most influential sow at the present moment. Really, really good stuff here. Kind of fell in love with this one the other day when I was going through pigs, just kind of prepping for the sale here. She comes with big limbs. She's grown pretty quick. I think that one just slow that one down a little bit. She's a perfectly belted gilt that is really, really just stout everywhere. Opened up great at the ground and has just a really square build. Could see that one doing a lot of great things no matter what the scenario or part of the country she's in. And then finally we've got Carter's gilt here, 61, the other belted gilt. She is a mate to the 30 we just talked about. So again, loud and clear, silver bullets, her pedigree. As you can see, she's got that same great design. Probably not quite as much power in her as the 30, but at the same time, a little later maturity pattern. Probably a little longer neck, a little taller at the point of her shoulder there as well. Really nice litter here that these loud and clears are out of. And I'd tell you, our first ones were born this summer, and we're feeding some of them, and actually some of the first ones kind of hitting the big ring here recently, and one of those was champion cross barrow there at Western Regional 2 weeks ago. We have tons of faith in this loud and clear deal. He will get used a lot more as we move into breeding for summer litters already.
Well, let's start with this 6-8 lot 60. This all black gilt. She's a good build sow or built pig here that could be super hairy legged and just a little on the little smaller side. So I think you could take her a little further out, maybe into next summer further, whatever show works for you. The other two of these loud and clears, I am really high up on these loud and clear pigs. We have several in the barn ourselves right now, and we've had nothing but good luck with them. They've been really, really good for us, and also super hairy legged and a lot of fun to work with.
$29, $62, and $63 just coming in here. So 29 is the blue gilt there that Leia and the blacks got. And then we've got 62 and 63. 63 is the calico that Bella and the greens got. And then 62 is the belted gilt there that Carter's driving. So 62 and 29, talk about those two first. That's the belted one and the blue one. Those are mate sisters. They are different League 112-1 on Sunrise 35-4. Really good young Sunrise sow. This 51 litter that they're out of here is one of the better litters in the set, if you ask me. Just going through, lots of them found their way into the sale lineup here. Again, lot 29's the blue gilt. She's been a real fun one. I'd tell you, like I told you on some of these other blue 112 one-sired pigs, they're going to be real thick and they're going to come slower than what you might think, but they're going to be extremely good, especially for light cross division type deals. That one's skeleton is absolutely just flawless in terms of squareness, being up on her toes. You won't see any of these 112 ones being down on their feet, and their squareness at their hock is exceptional as well. So that's 29. Again, the belted one there is 62 that Carter's got. Same kind of package, a little bigger package, a little taller, just kind of everywhere. Excuse me. She's still going to have a lot of muscle in her. Still got a big old skull, beautiful hip and hind leg, and laid into that one as well. Then the Calico Gilt, again, that's 63. That is a different League 48, May We All 224.9. So a little different deal there. The May We All Mama is probably the sow we've got the most daughters out of in the entire herd. She's a litter mate to the Grand Overall Gilt at CYAE in 2021. And that gilt from CYE and her mama, or her sister, which is the mom of this pig, have really built a lot of stuff in our program. They're out of the Rockstar sow, who raised Game of Thrones and Game On. So right out of the heart of our herd. I'd tell you, look at this one. Probably the more you study this one, the more you like her. You know, at first glance, she's a Calico Gilt. But this one's skeleton is extremely good. Her hip and hind leg are great. She's got a really big, stout skull. At the ground, she's built extremely well. Get a showman on that one and give her a little time. I think you get that one in a gilt show, and I think that one can beat a good chunk of them, if not all of them, someday. And again, that is lot 63, the Calico. So 29 blue, 62 belt, 63 Calico.
Three really good gilts that quite honestly I think that could actually just go in the keeper pen and never leave Calusa here. You know, I think that there's two very, very good ones, and then I think that there's one that maybe just kind of demands your attention, so to speak. And I would say that if you're interested in showing a light cross or one that's predominantly white that doesn't have any black on her, I would highly encourage you to check out this 29. Take her home, get her off baby pig feed. Just throw her some sow feed for a little while and let her grow, and I think you're going to be very, very surprised. Three really good gilts. It's going to get better every day of their life, and I would say that very good return on investment if you plan to take them to a pig show that they have a sale.
If you came to see lot 1, he's in the ring here. That's lot 1, and then we've got lot 74 in here with him. So Bella and the Greens got 74, and then Carter's driving lot 1. Lot 1 is sired by Diamond Dog, back on Silver Bullet 124.5. So 124.5 was Jace Fleming's show gilt 2 years ago, which is my boss's grandson. One of his first pigs he's ever showed. Actually, the very first gilt he ever showed. She wins. She didn't go many places, but she wins the breeding gilt show at the Yuba Sutter Fair. And she's a daughter of Endgame 2015. So we were just talking about Endgame 2015 being the grand dam of a couple of these other pigs we just looked at. And at any rate, that's how it shows up again. Very, very good. Mama and Grandma that he's out of, this dam is liable to be one of our best sows here in the next couple years. And again, sire Diamond Dog. That's the boy Beatty Genetics that they bought in the draft last year. That was bred by Diamond V. Littermate sells to Showtime Sires, and very popular pair of boars. This guy's easy to find. He's easy to like. We think his time frame fits May or June, kind of wherever you want. He's moderate. He's got a big old barrel rib in him. He's got a big old skull on him. His chest and his feet coming at you are awesome. and he's just a very, very good, easy pig to find. The 74 that Bella's driving there is 54-6. He's a loud and clear silver bullet. So his mom is actually a litter mate to the mom of Lot 1. So these two are cousins, I guess, if you will, in the ring. Again, sire here is loud and clear. Like all these loud and clears have been, he's got a beautiful skull and he's got big limbs. This guy, give him a little time, get him a little mellowed out. You've got a belted barrow with a lot of muscle, a lot of bone that's up on his toes, and he's only going to continue to get better as well. Like I say, we've been real high on these loud and clears, the pair of barrows in here we think have a lot of upside. Again, there's 1, and 74 is the narrower belted of the two.
Yeah, again, a couple more loud and clears out here that just look amazing. This Lot 1 is like got a freaky front end, super stout skull, gorgeous rear hind leg, super sexy bone on his leg. He is going to be a lot of fun to feed. And then, not to take away from the other one out here, that one is just as good, just real good rear hind leg and a good skull and a good front end, and they're very square pigs here. They'll be fun to feed.
'73 and 2 have just come in the ring here. So lot 2 is the white pig, and then we've got 73. And 73, we can talk about him first. That's the chrome barrow there. He's litter mate to lot 1. So we just discussed that. I'd remind you the pedigree is Diamond Dog, Silver Bullet 124.5. Really high on that sow. She'd be a top 5 sow for sure here. Young sow, Silver Bullet in game. This guy, in a lot of ways, may be a better feeding barrow than his mate brother, Lot 1. Lot 1's the real easy, thick one to find, but you get to studying this guy very long, and it's hard to find a hole in this one. He's got a little more lateness and maturity than his brother. He's probably a little taller at the point of his shoulder. He's got a beautiful hip and hind leg. Maybe not as stout, but certainly a barrow that's still going to come with plenty of stoutness and hair and all of that. Again, he's lot 73. He's been one that's kind of been on our radar, and just every time we get him out, he's just one that I like more and more. Maybe fits into a later May or a June scenario, but certainly going to have enough grow to get to early May at a good market size if you want him to. Then we've got lot 2. That's the white male here. He is a crypt. We've got a handful of those in the sale, and they're identified there online. So make sure you see that. We're going to just sell him the way he is, but we'd also tell you if you're local or if you're someone that doesn't want to get him right away. Our vet comes typically every 2 weeks, and we can get her to do surgeries, and we can certainly get that arranged to get him fixed for you if you'd like. He's a mate to that 29 gilt we just showed you a little bit ago. Excuse me. So his pedigree would be different league, 112-1 back on Sunrise 35-4. Like a lot of things about this guy in terms of just stoutness of bone and his skull and just being a muscular barrow, this guy's really good. I'd tell you he's going to come slow. He probably looks size-wise like he's an early May kind of deal, but I would say late May, June, that's where he needs to probably land. This guy's going to give them all they want in terms of a light cross with power and bone and muscle. Great design. We'll see if Levi can get him out here and get him shown off for us for a sec. But been one of our favorites. And at the same time, he's got all that power. He's still so good on his feet and legs and just squareness. Again, he's going to be one that needs to come slow. But that pig's very, very good. That's lot 2. And then again, the chrome barrow there is lot 73.
I'd say we could start and talk about 73 first. I think that this is the one that maybe he's probably going to get overlooked in this pen. This is just a good feeding pig that you can take home, put on feed, and get better every day of his life. This too, I think, when he gets out here and you actually get to look at him and get to appreciate what he looks like. I know there's a he said that there's a crypt. It looks like it's pretty accessible right there, right out in his flank, so shouldn't be too troubling. I'm going to tell you, you could get pretty handy with some things out there and make that one solid white. I know he's got a little blue above his eyes, but show that one Yorkshire all the way through, and then actually if you can land him there at the end of June for a light cross, I think that he's going to give you all that they want. Man, you talk about one being stout. I would say that he does need to come off the baby pig feed and just kind of go and slow and roll. Encourage you to go back there and look at both of these pigs. I really like the white one, but I think in the end of the day, 73 might feed into to a very good pig as well.
We've got 72 and 75 just came in here. So 72 is our little belted male, and then we've got 75, the white male. 72, and talk about him first, is different league 48, back on May We All 22410. So his mom would be the grand gilt overall at CYE in 2021. That's the sow we call Cardi B that Paige Vieira showed. And we've had a lot of daughters out of her. She's done a really, really good job, and I guess I'd tell you that again that the grandma there would be the Rockstar 196.5 sow, which would be Game of Thrones and Game On and Game Plan's mom. Very, very impressive female, and he's out of the best stuff that we've got. This 72 is honestly a little harder for me to look at back in the barn. We cut him 5-6 days ago. He's been wagging his tail like that, and it was hard to get a good read. We get him out here on the grass, and he's moving pretty good. It's easy to see there's a lot of stoutness in this guy. He's got a lot of muscle. That sow will typically make pigs that grow a little bit faster and are a little bit bigger, and 48's the opposite. 48 is sire, will make them more moderate, and he'll keep them real thick and dense. And I think as a result here, we've got a pig that's that's probably going to feed and have a little grow to him, but he's really, really stout-legged. I'd put a lot of faith in this guy. He's up on his toes. He's real square on his rear, on his rears as he goes. He's got a big old stout mug on him. I think that's just a real nice pig. Again, that's lot 72. Then the white barrel was a Lonely Road American Spirit. Lonely Road was a half York boar that we kept here for a little while. Did a nice job, made some females for us. This guy is just a very complete pig. We have a lot of folks. Glenn County Fair just up the road from us. It's middle of May. They've got a breed show. Chowchilla Fair's middle of May. They've got a breed show. You want a slam dunk kind of a deal to try to get a banner at your fair. Snag this 75. He's a big, thick, wide-made, solid white barrel. It's going to stay solid white. He's got a big, stout skull. He's up on his toes. This guy's going to give you a very good chance at a banner no matter what fair you're going to. If you want to jackpot him and try to get along in that breed at the jackpots, he'd certainly fit the bill there too. He's very, very good built. He's going to get some hair, and he's got a big old round rib in him. Again, he's lot 75. He's a pretty darn nice pig that's hard to pick a hole in. And the belted pig again is lot 72.
This dark cross, this lot 75 is definitely showing like really muscled up, great looking pig here. In fact, this thing you could go either way with it. You could feed it right now. I'd probably slow it down a little bit, feed it for a little bit, and then get them going again. If you had a little later fair, you could do that, but it'd probably fit just about anything you wanted. The white one here is also just a little bigger in the ring here, so it kind of dominates a little bit the look of the two out here, but very muscled up, very, very athletic, very, very nice rear hip and hind leg, and real square on her feet.
76, 77, 78 just came in. This is one pen of gilts. They're all together. There are only 3 in the pen in the back there. And they're a little later in the sale, and we'd tell you that these are some going to be some you don't want to miss. The 76 is that real uniquely marked gilt there that Bella in the pink is driving. As we were sorting, Dustin likes to kind of just name the pigs because he's kind of weird and he's from Idaho, and he called her the unicorn pig, and I think that's pretty pretty indicative. Just her color is real neat. She's got that real kind of painted up look. She's got a big old spot there, or a small spot there in the back, kind of top of her rump. Color pattern's good, but then you study the gilt, and she's square and good at the ground in terms of width. She's up on her toes. She is a pedigree-wise Diamond Dog icon. She's got several mates in the sale that are impressive barrows that are kind of more towards the top of the sale. Little sister with the cool color, though, here in lot 76 is certainly one you don't want to miss. Then the other 2 are 77 and 78. Carter's got 78 there, which is the thinner belted gilt. So they're both kind of thin, but Carter's is a little thinner belted. And then 77, there's the one Alea's driving. These are Toy Story Monizons. Their mom is a young sow. This is her second parity. Very thick-made kind of sow. There's going to be a lot of muscle in these gilts. If you've got a later May or early June show, you want to just kind of an easy feeding kind of pig. These are going to be very easy to get there. They're always going to have shape. They're always going to have a good look. This color kind of tends to get along pretty well. They class as hamps as well if that's something that you're looking for. And they're certainly not going to fall apart. Just feet and leg wise, they're square. They're up on their toes. There are no indicators of problems here. And typically, these kind of more fault-free pigs are the kind that just get along kind of wherever they go. And we'd certainly expect success with all 3 of these. So again, they are 76, 77, which is the thin belt Carter's got, or excuse me, 77, which is the whiter of the 2 belts that Alea's got, and then 78's the thin belt Carter's got.
3 really nice gilts that I think that you kind of get them out here and they kind of want to act crazy, and I would say that 3 that you could take home and just put on feet, and they're going to get better every day of their life. Feet and legs here, if anybody walks out and looks at the sows, they can tell really quick that a bad-legged one will die quicker here than maybe anywhere else because they live on concrete. Those sows make their living on concrete. And so I would say that, the pigs that they have, and something that Ottenwalter has always been known for is the feet and legs and the squareness that every pig has. And I think that gilts like this, maybe in different stages in terms of each one of them, just being able to take them home, put them on your feeding program with your show in mind, and just feed them, and then, collect the banner at the end of the day. 3 really good gilts. Find which one fits your feeding program and the way that you want to go, and what show that you want to show at.
.36, 37, and 38 came in here. Now, these 3 are litter mates, and these are 3 you want to pay attention to. They are sired by Wide Awake, back on Game of Thrones 155.7. The 155.7 sow is one of our better generating young sows. She's actually solid white, and she is really, really big-legged. She's real hairy-legged as well. Just a real stout, robust sow. We call her. There's 155.7 and 5. One's Barbie and one is I can't think of the other one, but they're both very impressive females. Again, sire here's wide awake. This trio is very good. Been studying them all. I've kind of been on a crusade because we typically make a lot of calico pigs, and I've been trying to get away from it. And so I've been really focusing on this 38 belted pig. But you study the skeletons on these calicos, and to be honest, I don't know which one's the best one of the three of them. 38's the belt. 37 is the one that Harley's got there, the kind of calico belted one, if you will, and then the full-on calico there over there is 38 that Carter's got. Study them. I don't know which one's the best one. The 38 thin belt is the tallest, latest maturing, probably the longest necked, probably one that needs to feed to late May or June. Going to be big-legged, going to just continue to get better. Got a big old stout skull and just needs to grow up a little bit and fill out in his center, and I think it's going to be really good. Then you've got 37 that Harley's got there. The calico belt's probably the most moderate. He's probably also the biggest legged. He's got a gorgeous hip and hind leg. He's got a real stout skull. Probably feeds into June and is stout enough to really get along well, kind of no matter where he needs to go or where he goes. And then you've got that calico 38 or 36, excuse me, that Carter's got there. Maybe a little of a combination of the two. He's a little taller than 37, but very, very thick and big ribbed, bigger bodied than the 38, maybe a shade stouter than the 38. So kind of depends what you like. I talked to an Oklahoma guy earlier today, was asking about him. He was saying he could make Berks out of this 37 and 38, and I thought, that makes a pretty good sense there for some of these, breed shows. Be a killer Berk or an AOB division type of deal, especially considering that 38 there that Carter's driving. I think that'd be pretty easy to go ahead and get done. So again, wide awake, Game of Thrones, skin and hair texture, stoutness of feature are right on the money for what's winning nowadays. Lots of confidence in all three of them. Buy them the way you like them. 36, 37, 38.
They do sell just for men, and it works pretty good. I would say that you could try that on that one. This belted pig, I think, whenever you just study that one for what he is, Russell, you said that you're trying to get away from the calicos, and I would say in 38, that's the kind of guy I want to make a ton of them. That's just a good pig that's going to get better every day of his life. I know we were joking about the one that could be Berkshire, but to be honest with you, just as a calico in general, as a crossbred, I think that's a very, very good pig. And then we come over here to this one, this 37, and he kind of makes a guy want to buy a pet carrier and buy him tomorrow and put him back on the plane and take him back to Oklahoma. That looks to me like a pig that's going to get better every day of his life. You can show him there at the end of June, 1st of July even, and it looks like that he's going to win a great big pig show. Wide awake. Wide Awake needs no introduction in terms of what he's been able to do and put together, but one that I can tell you that looks like that. The fall of the year, that's what we want them to look like there in our part of the world that when we're feeding for March, and I would say that one right there should have a lot of friends tomorrow. Go back there in the back, get him out and look at him. The green carpet might throw him off just a little bit because he might not be used to it, but a very good set of pigs.
$15, $39, and $40 just coming in here. These are three mates. Another litter I'd say is important to key in on here, guys. This 15 has been one of my favorites, just going through the barn the last couple days. That's the one that Alea's got there. She's kind of in the center. He's the wider belted of the two belted barrows. Again, that's 15. And then 40 is the kind of chrome barrow there with the big old black spot in the middle of his back. That's 40. And then 39 is the narrower belted of the two that Tessa with the red hair's got there. So again, they're all mates. Tricked out 6'8", Game of Thrones 146.3. That Game of Thrones 146.3 sow is out of Jack Daniels 142.4. Key generator there would be the grandma, would actually be the mom of the Endgame 2015 sow that we've mentioned more than once now. And so good stuff on the bottom. Again, sire tricked out 6'8". Many of the stouter pigs in the sale are sired by that boar. This 15 that Alea's got there, the wider belted pig, he'll sell first out of these three. I really like his skull, and I really like just how big caged this guy is and big centered. And he just looks like the kind that can get big, but when he gets big, he's still going to be stout enough bone-wise to win in earlier May or middle May, and surely he could show in June if he needed to. But we got a lot of folks looking for those earlier May pigs. I'd tell you, if that's the case, keying on this pig here, he's going to be stout enough and he's going to be big enough to get you the Grand Champion banner in early May. Not to take anything away from the other two, I like them both a lot. They're actually all three very similarly built in terms of their frame size, in terms of their center, in terms of their skull. The belted one that Tessa's got, again, that would be 39. He's probably the latest maturing of the three of them, just center-wise and muscle-wise. The one Bella's got is off to the left here. We'll see if we can get him back to the center. That's 40. He's probably the thickest one. If you get behind him, he's got the biggest pin set. He's probably the widest at the ground, and at the same time probably needs to come just the slowest as far as from a feed program standpoint. But all three of these going to be big stout barrows, going to be able to show in May and be able to get you some hardware. 15, 39, 40.
Yeah, I definitely could get behind that. I agree with Russell on this one that Bella's walking. This thing is really, really stout and looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Probably slow it down a little bit and get your feed program figured out of how you want to feed them. But I think that thing is going to be a lot of fun and feed into a really, really good mid-spring fair or a little later even. The other two are just a lot of fun too. They're very very athletic and running around the ring here. The girls are doing their best to try to keep them in front of the camera, but they just look like they definitely could fit into any of those fairs. And if grab the one you like out of here for sure.
We don't have too many groups of four, but this is one of them here. So the four that we've got out are 16, 41, 42, and 43. So again, 16 is the black pig, solid black. Carter's driving. He's got a kind of a birthmark there on his left shoulder. And then the other three are 41, 42, and 43. But let's talk about 16, the black pig first. He is Diamond Dog Icon 53.5. Out of a really good young icon sow that actually looks just like him. He looks like his mom, moderate, real big-legged, just kind of, shorter backed. And that icon was a next intention son that was at Hofschulte's. This guy kind of still has that same next intention kind of look. Definitely reads like a barrel, needs to come a little slower. We've got a lot of folks looking for June Fair pigs, and those folks are ahead of the game, and they're smart because this age and this size and buying them in this month is just, it's going to lend you to a lot of success. Next month, these pigs are going to be a lot spendier. This black pig can certainly make those June Fairs. He's going to be really stout. Again, he's lot 16. And again, his sire is Diamond Dog back on Icon. Then the other three are 41, 42, 43. 41 is the blue one. that Alea's got there. He is a different league, 112.8, back on a Slap Happy Wedding Night sow. Really like that pig. He's one that might get missed or that I would think would get missed because he's blue. He's a little smaller just size-wise, and he's maybe just a little later in his maturity pattern. But study this guy at the ground. He's just a really good pig. He's square built. He's good-toed. He's good in terms of his chest. His hip and hind legs very good. His mama is just a good built gilt that was a successful show gilt 2 years ago. Just a good pig there. If you're wanting a light cross that can give you a chance to win, that guy's definitely going to be one that shouldn't break the bank and should only continue to get better for you. Then the other two are 42 and 43, the two belts. Tessa in the red with the red hair has got 42, right? I think Tessa. And then Bella's got 43. That's the smaller one there. She's in the pink. They are American Gangster Slap Happy. Different Slap Happy sow, obviously. Should be a Slap Happy Wedding Night sow. Younger, smaller, greener pigs in the sale, no doubt. Again, they fit a late May or a June fair scenario very, very well. These pigs are only going to continue to get better. They're tall-fronted and short-backed. They're good in terms of their hock squareness. They're never going to push their hocks out. They're never going to get down on their front pasterns. These are the kind that people take home and a month later just look like, look really smart or feel really good about having these pigs because they're going to get you a chance at a banner. So again, they are 42 and 43. Then the blue barrow is 41 and the black pig is 16.
Yeah, 4 really good pigs here, and there's a lot going on in the ring here, and I mean, I know they're kind of everywhere, and that's okay. It's late at night out here. They're tired. Heck, I'm tired too. I would tell you that these 4 here, just what Russell said right there, is so important. 4 that's not going to get you in the ditch. You take them home, put them on your feeding program, and they're going to get better every day of their life. This little guy right here is one that you can buy, take home, put on feed for 2 weeks. And to be honest with you, that's probably what should happen to him anyway. Is he should sell in the next sale. But you could look really, really smart buying that one, taking a chance on one that looks like that. Just skinnier pigs that just need a little bit more time. That's one thing here that you don't see a whole lot of times is a firm running, 85 to 90 pigs at you at one time. They're not back there fluffed on and fitted on. This is true pigs, and they're going to get better every day of their life. It's so hard to find that right now in the industry. 4 good pigs that you can have total faith in that's going to get better every day of their life.
So I apologize. We got another group of 4, and I think maybe we'll try to refrain from that here in the future because they can get a little bit crazy. But these kids are going to get them corralled good. We got a good crowd here of kids that's working hard. So let's focus on 2 of them here for a sec, guys, and I don't care which 2. We've got Alea here. We'll focus on that barrel, and then let's focus on Carter's barrel because those are the 2 mates. So those are 3 and 69. Alea's got 69. That's the belted barrel. Carter's got 3. Bella and Tessa, you guys just hang over there for a sec. We'll focus on these 2. Again, Carter's got lot 3. 3's an important one to focus on. Fell in love with him yesterday going through pigs. And again, both these 2 are mates. I'll tell you their pedigree is different league 48, buckle up 1710. That buckle up 1710 sow we bought from Goss at California's exclusive 2 years ago. We don't always make great purchases, but that one has been a great purchase. Every litter she's had has been extremely good. This litter may be as good as any of them. This barrel, this lot 3 that Carter's driving, if you study him at the ground and just his general build, that's a stout barrel that has a sharp neck and a really, really neat look. and he is going to just continue to get better. I think that's a big ring kind of pig. I don't care when your fair is. It can be from the middle of May to the 1st of July. I think that pig can win. I think he's extremely just looks like the kind that needs to hit a big ring and have all the competition he can stand, because he's so good built, and he's going to be stout enough, and he's just extremely proportional and exudes quality. So again, that's lot 3. The 69 there that Alea's got, I think I told you wrong. Yeah, no, that's right. 69 is a stouter version of his brother. Maybe not quite as just as neat looking from the side, but don't overlook that guy. He's got a little bit more bone, and you get in behind him, his rear leg is ginormous. He probably gets out of this barn and gets out of the off the burst starter feed and slows down just a little bit. I think that guy only continues to get better too. Lots of faith in that pair. So again, that's 3 and 69. Then we can let the other two kind of fire up here. Bella, that would be 70 and 68. Bella and Tessa have got, Tessa's got 68. That would be Toy Story Money's On. So that's the smaller belted barrow there. Again, pedigree Toy Story Money's On. And then Bella's got 70, would be a Loud and Clear Buckle Up. We can bring Bella's out. Bella's in the pink. Again, Loud and Clear Buckle Up's pedigree there. That mama was 4th overall guild at CYAE last year in 2024. Just a good built Loud and Clear. Again, we've got a lot of faith in these Loud and Clears. And then again, to talk about Tessa's one more time, that would be the lot 68, the kind of the smallest pig out here, the small belted barrow. Toy Story Money's On. Another one that may get overlooked just a little bit. He's a belted barrow, smaller size for what he is in his pen. Square built, good looking, shapely, just a good solid pig, going to get you somewhere and give you a chance at a banner. So hopefully that wasn't too confusing with the 4 out here, but again, they are 3, 68, 69, and 70.
Lot 70 there, we can start there and talk about that one. I think one that, to be honest with you, just needs a little bit of sunlight in his life and kind of darken up. I think that's a really good pig that you can take home, put on feed, and just going to continue to get better. We'll go from there, and we'll talk about that 68 pig there. I know he's got a little something there on his side, if you can't really see that in the video. Just kind of want to make you aware of that it kind of looks like he got in a fight with his new pen mates back there in the back. But all of that aside, that's a really good pig. Just studying him, that looks like one that's going to be a little bit more moderate in terms of maybe the others. And then we got the 2 mates, 69 and 3. We look at 69 and one that looks like he's going to come with a punch of just a whole lot of extras whenever he gets big. A very, very good pig. And then, man, you pull this 3 out here, and I think the term is, Russell, that you was looking for is weird looking. And that's exactly what he is. When he gets his head pulled up there, I mean, he demands your attention. In the show ring right now, I mean, it's the first 2 or 3 steps in the ring that dictates that. When that gate opens and that pig has his head up and he goes across the ring, you're going to get slammed and put right back into your pen. And then you're going to wait for the top couple to come out, and then they'll crown you champion. That's a very, very good pig. I encourage you to go back there and look at that one. Don't let that one oversee the rest of them. A very, very good set of pigs.
$12 has just come in that Bella and the Pinks got. Then we've got 11 that Alea's got. And then Carter over there has got 67. So again, 11 and 12, 67 in the ring. They're all 3 mates, sired by Diamond Dog, back on All Out War 1710. That is a young All Out War sow. Won several jackpots in Oregon in 24, that mama did. shown by Samantha Payne. And again, sire here, Diamond Dog, that's the Beatty boar. These are actually, Kyle Beatty told me, these are the first pigs out of Diamond Dog. We got first collection that he sent out. Again, that was his draft purchase. I believe he was one of the higher selling boars in the draft. He's bred by Diamond V. Years ago, we bought a boar from Diamond V that my boss called John Wayne that did a lot of good for us. He's actually pretty close up in Last Dance's pedigree that John Wayne was. And we've had a lot of good success with those Diamond V boars over the years. They do a good job up there in Minnesota. And we're excited to try this Diamond Dog. And again, these are the first pigs. So 11 is the one Alea's got. And 12 is the one that Bella's got. And then Carter over there's got 67. They all have this litter of Diamond Dogs has a shot more extension than a couple of the other litters. 12 that Bella's got is probably the most extended of the three of them. Alea's is probably the most moderate of the three. Been real high on these pigs. I like their, they all come with good amount of hair. They all come with a stout skull. Their hip and hind leg is certainly workable. A lot of the stuff we use, out cross stuff or whatever, we get hind legs that you can't work with, and these Diamond Dogs have done a good job of that. It seems like we can typically work with it. I don't even want that to sound bad, but if their hind legs are going to stay square and they're going to be able to grow and not get outside themselves, and typically we're okay with that. These Diamond Dogs certainly look like that. They look like they're going to be good on their front feet too, which is a real plus. And we'd tell you we're way in on this Diamond Dog deal. Haven't really seen any factors that it would make us out. So again, lot 11 is Alea's, the most moderate one, probably the biggest ribbed one. Lot 12 there is Bella in the pinks. Has a little more extension. He's got good depth of body as well, though. His hip and hind leg is also good. And Carter's over there, 67. He's going to sell a little later in a sale. Don't overlook that one. He's built very similar to Bella's, a little later in maturity pattern. Still going to be a stout barrow that's opened up good and has a good hind leg. So nice litter of pigs, Diamond Dogs, 11, 12, 67.
I actually didn't have any idea that's what Beatty named that boar was Diamond Dog, and I remember thinking back after you said that, Russell, earlier, what he was. I believe his pedigree is a wild side snafu rock star is what I believe that he actually is, and that's very intriguing. And like you said, Swinson buys the high selling mate boar there at the Southwest Type Conference there in March last year, and I would tell you that this lot 11. Russell kind of reminds me a lot of maybe his dad in terms of just his build, his look, his design. Thinking back to what that boar's video looked like when we sold him there at the draft. That's probably a carbon copy if I'm not mistaken in terms of what he looks like. And I think we can all tell that he's still intact. I'm going to tell you I'm not 100% sure that he's the barrel winner. In terms of just buying him and taking him to a show pig show and trying to win a show. He looks like a boar to me. The other two do look like the champion bears at a show, and I would encourage you to take a look at those. Obviously look at 11. If he fits in your feed program and the way that you feed him and that you want to, absolutely tie into him. But I'm going to tell you to make sure that you study the other two because those look like that you can take them home. They're big ring bearers in terms of just being able to be stout, rugged, and have all the extras that it's going to take to win a big show. Number 11, I would dang sure have you on your list, but that's kind of looks like a pig that's either going to win the whole show or he's going to be third in class and say that he should have been a boar.
$10 and $71 coming in now, and Blake didn't know we had another litter mate coming up here right behind those three. So that would be lot 10, which is the belted male. And he's very similar to the 11, and in fact, I would say is even just a shot more moderate, just in terms of his frame size. Like him a good deal. He's maybe the roundest ribbed out of all three, or out of all four of those Diamond Dog All Out Wars. Again, that's lot 10. That's the one Bella's got there. His color pattern, I know it sounds dumb. They're all nice belted barrows, but he's got a real sharp, just neat-looking belt to him, and he's got that kind of white flare up his right rear leg there. Just has a neat look to him, and looks like a barrow that can stand some competition. And probably a lot of these jackpots that start in the Northwest in May. That one would be a really fun one to drag along every weekend up there, and maybe finish at a July or a late June type scenario. Then we've got the red pig in here. That's lot 71. Dustin, as we were sorting, kind of nicknamed him Tamscan, which I'm not sure where that comes from. It's Idaho lingo, but implying that would be a good Tamworth for CYAE. And I would say definitely we actually had the champion Tamworth there 2 years ago with a pig that was colored almost about identical to this guy. I'd tell you maturity-wise and frame-wise, I'd say that probably that plan would fit the bill pretty good there. He's a different league 48, buckle up 1710. So the barrow, the lot 3 barrow would be his litter mate. Lot 69 we showed you earlier also would be his litter mate, and I think there's a couple more in the cell yet. Very strong litter. He's out of that Goss buckle up Bear 274 sow. And again, sire, different league 48. Obviously one of the smaller pigs in the sale. Obviously got a lot of power. And, regardless of if you want to make him a Tamworth or not, he'd certainly be a competitive show barrow. And he'd be one, if you're out there early looking, he'd be one that could show in June or even potentially later also. So, again, 71, Tamscan, lot 10 would be the belted Diamond Dog.
This lot 10, I think that when he runs out here, you're exactly right. I didn't know he was coming. I obviously didn't get here in time to kind of pre-look at some of these things. But I would say that this is the Show Bear Deluxe in terms of those males. Man, I really like this one. That one's ring presence, and what he has to offer, I think, is a big-time show bear. He's got the pieces that you need. This 71, I don't know nothing about Tamworths or anything like that. I would say that if you take the color aside and just study the pig for what he is, that's a really good show pig. I like I said, I don't know nothing about Tamworths. I don't know what they need to look like or anything like that. But I would say buy that pig and show him like a crossbred, and you're going to be very competitive as well.
Gilt time, we've got 22 and 23 in the ring, and really, really nice pair of belted gilts. In fact, as 23, as I've been going through the last couple of days, has been one of my very favorites, just from the standpoint of being one that's just so good built and still probably stout enough and still big enough to where you could get about anything done with that one that you wanted to. And so again, we've got 22 and 23 in here. Alea's got 23. Carter's got 22. 23 Alea's is a Diamond Dog All Out War. So she's a litter mate to those barrows we just showed you. We showed you the 10, 11, 12, 67. Those are all her mates. And again, that's 23. Alea's going to give us a good look at her because she's one of the better, bigger gilts in the sale. I think that one just body-wise and build-wise and looks like she could be like go to the expo and as a big gilt and have a good chance to do something there. She could go to CYE or a show like that in a gilt show. But at the same time, if you've got a Mayfair and you really want to win and you just need a good belted pig, and it's a real tough fair, that pig's probably just enough market kind of look in her that you can probably try to get that done too. I just like that pig. I think there's nothing wrong with her. I think her skeleton's great. I think you can get a lot of things done with that pig. And again, that's lot 23. Then Carter's got 22 over there. That's an on the prowl buckle up. Really good buckle up mama. She's got a couple mates in this sale. One of them's lot 7. We like quite a bit also. Another one that, frame-wise, maturity-wise, bigger belted gilt that's good built. Not going to go wrong buying this one. If you've got an early Mayfair, you've got any time in Mayfair or even early June, and you want a belted pig, you're not going to go wrong with this one. She's going to stay together. You could probably feed her a little harder, make her grow when you want to. She's probably got enough muscle and width. You can slow her down if you need to. Just a very good pig. She's out of a very muscular, powered-up kind of sow, would be a buckle-up daughter. And again, sire on her is On the Prowl, which is a layered boar that we heard a lot of great things about. Actually, wanted to buy him as a little pig, and when we weren't able to, we were able to get a couple litters out of him here for this December sale group. So again, that's 22, and then the other gilt there that Alea's got is 23.
Yeah, nice pair of gilts here, and they move around the ring real well. Nice head, tail placement, and as we saw those barrows earlier here, if you were paying attention to those guys, and you want to try to play it and win the gilt show too, maybe buy one of the gilts here that from one of the barrows that's going to win the show.
We have got 44, 45, and 46 in the ring here. So they are 44, 45 are mates. They are the two belted gilts. They are Loud and Clear, buckle up, 28-4. And then 46 would be the kind of calico gilt there that Carter's chasing around. Again, 44 and 45 belted gilts, pedigree-wise, are Loud and Clear, buckle up. That buckle up sow was 4th overall gilt at CYAE last year, 2024. This Loud and Clear deal we've been real high on, and he's got mated to a lot of buckle up daughters. I guess mainly because we have a lot of buckle up daughters. But we've been real pleased with him throughout this whole set, and as I was going through, not only kind of sorting them and picking out the set, but then after they're clipped and photoed and all that, and I'm just going through trying to figure out what I like so I can tell people. We just have landed on a whole bunch of these. They're easy to find. Tessa's given you a good look at 44 there. Alea's got 45. Again, we'll bring them back out here for you one more time. They're real similar. 44 is kind of closer to the camera now that Tessa's got. She's kind of trying to follow her whip. 45 over here is Alea's. That's a little darker pigmented, probably a little more muscle in the 45 that Alea's got. 44 is maybe just a little neater looking up front, but they're both very similar gilts. Like I say, Loud and Clear just sired our champion cross barrel at Western Regional 2 weekends ago. Was shown by Harley DeShane and is heading to Arizona Nationals. Very excited about him. That's like literally the first pig that's hit the ring as something that's close to market size that's been out of Loud and Clear. So a lot of faith in these two. If you're looking for a belted gilt, these two are going to be very good. And then 46 Calico there, different league. 48 buckle up, 1710. She's another mate to the lot 3 pig. She'd be a mate to the we called him Tam Scan, little red pig. Very strong litter of pigs there. Again, out of the Goss sow, she's a buckle up. Bear 274 daughter has had 3 or 4 litters for us now. They've all been extremely good. Study this calico. I like her a lot. She's a kind of a pretty muscle-bound gilt if you really study her. You get in behind her, view her back. She's got a big, enormous back in her. She's got a big pin set. Still comes down square at her hock. That one could be a very competitive show gilt. No matter where she goes, but certainly you want a county fair kind of pig. Don't be scared of gilts, guys. Out here, we can show gilts in our fairs, and they will win for you. They're going to be more affordable typically than barrows. Gilt like this, I sure wouldn't be afraid to study. You got a late May, early June kind of, endpoint show or fair. That one could probably give you a real good chance to get it won. So again, that is 46 there. The belts are 44 and 45. Leia with their, they're both dressed similarly. Tessa the redhead's got 44 and Leia's got 45.
I think Tessa and Alea just about have these things show ready here. They've got them pretty well whip trained here. They're looking pretty good out here. And anyway, they both of these gilts look real good. They're good hip and hind leg. They got a nice head placement, a hairy leg, fun to work with. And then this calico over here, if you like a calico, this one is definitely a lot of fun and very athletic.
'24, '26, and '53 just came in. 24 and 26, we can talk about those two first. So those are the two mates. Bella in the pink has got 26. And then 24 would be the black barrow that Tessa's got there. Those are different League 48s back on No Stranger 199.6. So their mom would actually be a litter mate to the sow we call Big Legs, who was grand overall at CYE in 23. This mom, we call her Flo. She does a very good job as well. She's actually pretty similar to Big Legs as far as the way she's built. She'd be a No Stranger, May We All Rock Star. But at any rate, these two are, again, 24 and 26. 24 is the belted one. We'll see if we can get them in front of the camera where I can actually see them. The black one there Tessa's got is 26. He's moderate. Both of these guys, we'd tell you, are going to be real hairy-legged and just stout. Their extension up front's really good. I thought going through this 26 that Bella's got there would be one that'd be like a late May, early June kind of a deal that would be longer fronted and big legged. We've got a lot of judges. Might sound dumb, but you try to simplify it to see how you can succeed on the county fair level, especially out here. If you've got a tall one with a long neck and big legs and it's black, you're probably going to be at the top, no matter how the rest of it looks or how it's built. That 26 fits that bill really well. And then he actually has some extras. He's actually built good at the ground. He's actually something you can kind of feed. And, he certainly needs to come with a little center. But I thought that 26 would be a really good kind of county fair barrow. And certainly could handle more competition than that. But just from that thought process. And then the 24 black is the same kind of deal, just a shot more moderate. I think easily both these barrows could show in June. Probably could show in May as well if you wanted to, but just trying to give you a time frame there. Again, sire different League 48. Those pigs have been as stout as anything that we've had this go-round. Then the belted pig, 53, would be an On the Prowl American Spirit. He's moderate and just real good looking. Very green. He's one of the greenest pigs in the sale, and I don't mean that in a negative way. That American Spirit 15-6 sow that he's out of is probably actually the thickest sow out of everything in this entire set. She's really thick-made and big-ended. That On the Prowl boar, At Laird's is a kind of a taller, real good-looking deal. We'd say so far this guy kind of looks like that, but would have a lot of faith here in him. Certainly needs to show at one of the later shows. Sometime in June probably fits him really well. Again, that's 53. So the black is 24, the bigger belt is 26, and then the little belt is 53.
Yeah, sticking there with that 53. We talked earlier. There was a little pig earlier we talked about in terms of just buying him, taking him home, putting him on feed for 2 weeks, and looking really, really smart. And I would say that that is being someone that sits in, watches a sale, and is committed. All the time people want to talk about how high pigs are. When you lay in there and you buy a pig that looks like that, he's going to get better every day of his life. You just heard that he's from a very good sow. He's obviously out of a good boar, so he is going to get better. So don't give up on that one. This black pig over here, I think is a very intriguing one in terms of, earlier I said, the black pigs, the worst day of their lives, the day that they sell, because nobody wants to buy a solid black one. In today's times, in terms of the shows, it doesn't matter what color they are. If they're good, they're going to win. And then we see the belted pig 24. And to be honest with you, I heard No Stranger in there, and No Stranger, he's a no introduction, Cruel Intention, and I can tell you that boar. Or this pig is certainly showing the Cruel Intention head and skull and shape and front end and everything that pig has to him, and that one looks to me like a show bearer in terms of coming out of the ring. First impression, that is a big 280-pound show bearer right there, in my opinion. Three really, really good pigs. I know that obviously 24 sticks out like a sore thumb. I'm not going to tell you. I might be higher on that 53 than maybe anybody in the barn.
So we just showed you those two of those last three were mates. Well, here's two more mates, and they're just the two bigger brothers. So this would be 25 and 51. So again, different league, 48, No Stranger, 199.6. That No Stranger mom, like I say, is a mate to the Grand Overall Guild at CYE in 23. I guess I forgot to mention that mate, the Grand Overall in 23. Just recently raised our high-selling pig at the TKO sale here in September that brought 12,000. That was a really good barrow as well, or a male prospect as well. Real high on these two. This 25 has been one of my favorites going through, and I've had a lot of folks, because there's so many of these early May shows, ask me for what are my favorites, and I'll honestly be pretty transparent here. I've been putting 25 on the top of most of those lists because I think this is a big barrow that can be big and stout and ready to go in even April if needed, but I think early May is perfect for him. And he's black, he doesn't have a belt, but he's extremely good otherwise as far as just being big, stout, heavy structured, good chested, lots of muscle, going to stay together as he grows. Real good pig there. Again, that's 25. And then his brother there, the belted one, is 51. And maybe not quite as much muscle in this guy, but again, another one, if that's what you're looking for, something that can be bigger and, show earlier and still stay together. This guy's real good. There's no real holes in him. He's got a good design from the side. I actually like his proportions probably a little better than his brother's. He's maybe just not, like I say, when you get him together, he's not as thick at this stage, but I would sure say if you've got an early May show, doesn't matter where it's at, you put that belted 51 in your barn and get him going on feed, he's going to be a top ender, there's no doubt, if not better than that. So again, 25, 51.
Yeah, and these guys look great out here. We have a personal history. I have a good experience with No Stranger. This lot 25 is a really nice muscled up, good hog out here that's going to feed well and look real good when he's at his full maturity, and probably get you a banner right there pretty easily. And then the other one in the ring is just a little bit taller, maybe a little bit longer, but equally just as good.
I think this is our last group of 4, so I apologize. Sometimes these can get a little chaotic, but our kids do such a good job with them here, so we're proud of them anyways. We've got 27 and 28. We can start with those two. Those are the 2 red ones, guys. They're the 2 with the red tint to them. 27 is the kind of red belted barrow, and then 28 is the more kind of red. I just lied to you. So the red belt is 28. Then 27 is the more kind of just red-headed barrow there. Alea's on 28. Again, that's the red belt. These 2 are mates. They're Toy Story OGs. So their mom is a first parody OG. She's an OG Forsyth Jack Daniels. Really, to be honest, surprised at how good this litter is. We breed a lot of our gilts to our own boars, and that's exactly what we're doing with this OG daughter. Brought her to Toy Story to get her first litter out, and Toy Story's done a great job. A lot of our better pigs last year were Toy Stories, but this litter's been real good. Our only complaint with them is their color. Some of you folks out there may like this color, and we don't dislike it, but if they're belted, they'd be probably a little more valuable, and so I'd tell you to watch in on these 2. This 28 that Alea's driving real high on this guy. I think he fits a June scenario really good. We've had a lot of folks looking for Kootenai pigs. It's been crazy how many people texting saying they want to go to Kootenai Classic. Look at this pig. This guy's size, we think, is perfect for that. His color is flashy. He's going to get along at those jackpots in the spring if you want to hit some of those. And he's got big legs, and he's got a good look, and he's still pretty moderate frame. So again, that's 28. Study his brother, 27 here. There's actually a little more power in 27. That's the one Tessa's got. He's probably got just a little more kind of a round rib cage in him yet. He's got a big pin set working in him too. So kind of pick your poison between the 2 of those guys. We think they fit that Kootenai show really well, and of course, anything in that time frame, Colusa County Fair, and a lot of our fairs out here are that same week. The Nevada Junior Livestock Show, we've got lots of folks looking for that also. That's the same time there as Kootenai. So study those pigs. They fit the bill really well. Let's get those other 2 fired up over here and bring them out. They are 57 and 58. 57 is the kind of calico 25-liter pig. That litter has been scattered throughout. We apologize for not having them all in the same spot. It was a litter that actually got kind of fostered around the barn, and they when they were born in the crates, and so they're kind of scattered everywhere. But that 57, the calico, would be another one of those mates to the Lot 3 barrow. That's a different League 48, buckle up, 1710. Real nice little calico barrow there. Obviously, size-wise, one of the smallest in the sale. If you've got a June show, early July show, study how deep that litter is. It's perhaps the best litter in the entire set. And study at the same time how good-legged he is. Certainly going to be a smart investment there, that calico pig. We'll see. Are we having a huddle in the corner, guys? Okay, here comes our white pig. That is Lot 58. He's a wide awake Game of Thrones, 155.7. So he's a mate to like 36, 37, 38, I believe, would be his mates. He's solid white like his mama. He is probably the smallest pig in the sale. He's going to be a York classifying pig. And sky's the limit on that guy. He's pretty early to tell some things about, but you can easily see how big-legged he is, how square-built he is, and how hairy he's going to be. that one can also wind up being a very good investment. So again, two little guys are 57 and 58, and we talked about those two kind of red tinted pigs. They are 27 and 28.
'27 and 28. The mom that they're out of being OG. The old man of just consistently doing it time after time in terms of putting good females together that you can build around and use. And to be honest with you, I don't know what tag the one is over there with the what's this one right here? What tag is that? 27 and 28 here. 27 to me looks like one. Hey, add a little color to your life. This pig to me, I don't think it matters what color they are. We obviously talked about the black pigs as that, and these red pigs, I think it's the exact same thing. These guys being 250 pounds, I don't know of a better color pig that you could actually have whenever you get them to the proper weight in terms of show weight. The two little guys over there, I think that we've continued to say it. They're green, they're skinny. Go put them on your feeding program, and then a month, look how smart that you're going to be. I think 4 pigs to go back there and study. That's all going to take a little bit different feeding programs. Buy the pig that fits yours, and then go win your pig show.
'54, '55 just coming in here, and these are also out of an OG sow. We actually have 3 litters out of OG sows, and they're all first parity litters within this set. And they're some of the best pigs, and we're about to get into a bunch of them here. But these first two or these first two 43 litters that we'll show you are lots 54 and 55 again. Tessa, the redhead, I don't know if you can see the hair color. You probably can't. Tessa's showing you 54. It's right in front of the screen now. That's the thicker of the 2 barrows. And then 55 is the one that Alea's on there. Again, loud and clear. OG 34.8 would be their pedigree. This 54 that Tessa's got is really, really thick made. If you're wanting kind of just a truck of a barrow, he's probably the best one from that standpoint that we've got. Coming at you from his skull through his chest, and then you get into his center rib and just the center part of his body, and even all out of his backside, he's a really big pin. This is a very, very impressive barrow. He remains square at his hock, although he definitely is the kind that's going to require to be fed a little bit slower. But was pretty darn high on this guy going through. I think he probably fits a later May or a June or even potentially later, depending on just how he feeds. But pretty excited about what that guy can do because he's so good built and he has a tremendously good look for just as stout as he is. Now the really good looking, taller fronted, longer necked one is his mate over there, 55. He is not as thick, and that may be. That may be okay because he's so neat looking. He has that same look that a lot of those better loud and clears kind of seem to have in terms of height at the point of his shoulder with the stout skull and the big front arm and just bone up front. This 55 is a little later in his maturity pattern through his center body compared to his brother, but study him and buy the one you like. You probably need different pigs for different scenarios between the two of these guys. But again, the loud and clear deal, we've got a lot of faith in. Can expect these guys to continue to come with bone and hair and be stout, and they're going to give you a really good chance at winning. Again, 54-55.
Yeah, I can't disagree with any of that. This lot 54, especially, I caught my eye here, and OG loud and clear. It just sky's the limit with this guy. Pick a show that you want to get a banner from, and take him to it and get a banner. And then the other one is very, very similar, just a little bit, maybe a little bit further behind in his size right now. But you put the right feed to him, right feed pan in front of him, he's going to be right there with him. Really, really nice pair here.
'56 and '59 just came in. '56 is the belted pig, and then '59 is the red belted pig. So we'll stick with our theme here. We'll talk the '59 red belt first. He is also a loud and clear OG. So he's not a mate. He's a 30 liter pig, but the dams of the 30 liter and the 43 liter are sisters. So he's essentially same mating there as those ones we just showed you. Again, loud and clear OG. That's the '59 red belt. This guy offers as neat of a look up front from a show barrel perspective, in my opinion, as anything in the sale. He is a long-fronted pig that has still got just a real stout look through his skull. And that look gets you very, very far in the show ring nowadays. You can see this guy's he's gonna remain stout and hairy. If you watched any of our boar tours and parades last summer, we had the loud and clear boar, and kind of got him out for folks. And he's as hairy as they come. And I know it sounds dumb, but just we can see that in these pigs. We continue to have a lot of faith in that. This '59 pig here, I would challenge you to find a pig with a stouter show barrel look from the side, regardless of color, than him in the sale. I really like this guy. You get in behind him, he still stays square in his hock. That pig's going to be really fun and probably could fit a lot of scenarios, whether they be in May or June. Then the '56 over here, that's another Toy Story. That's the belted pig. He would be a Toy Story Tarantino. He's also out of a First Parity sow. Study this guy. Don't miss him. He's a no holes kind of pig. Very, very faultless. Just from the standpoint of, his design. You get on either end of him. He's square opened up. Has a good hind leg. He's good on his feet and toes. Really hard to pick a hole in. That's the kind of pig that you take home, get him fed, and get him presented right. And you're going to be at the top no matter where you wind up. So again, that's the belted pig, lot 56, red belt. 59 is the loud and clear OG. Real high on this pair. I think both of them can pull some purple banners for you.
We'll start over here with this 56, and the Tarantino thing on the bottom side of that gets me excited. Those pigs come with a ton of extras and just get better every day. I know that boar, being in Oklahoma and Texas there, we got to see so many of those, and just how good that they were in terms of big pigs and going to a show. I've always been into redheads, and this pig right here, man, I like this one a lot. That thing is sharp looking from the side. He packs a lot of extras just in terms of what he brings. Like we said earlier, in terms of a color pattern, at 280 pounds in my eyes, and where I'm from, Russell, walking on to the hill there at OYE, if you could have a pig painted that color to show in that ring, that's impeccable in terms of just being able to stand out in a crowd, in a class. I think this pig's going to do it no matter what ring he walks into, what show he does. If you're not a fan of the red color, then you don't like good pigs, because that's a good pig. Just buy a good pig. Don't worry about the color. The color will fit in how it needs to. I encourage you to study that 59. He's a little bit farther down in the sale order, but you better have that one on your list.
7 and 34 just come in. These are two mates. These are on the prowls. Their mom is Buckle Up 242-2. They are mates to, I believe it's lot 22 in the sale. Litter mate Gilt. Again, the On the Prowl boar was one we were interested in buying and winds up at Laird's, and so we were able to get some semen and probably will continue to breed to him. But we had two really good litters here this set of On the Prowls. And again, the two mates in the ring here are 7 and 34. 7 is the thin belt. 34 is the white belt with a white tail. Again, lot 7. Both of these guys have a little more extension in frame than some of our others in the sale, which we think is a good thing. Their build at the ground is good. Their length of neck is good as well. I think obviously you look at this lot 7 and you say, man, I wish we could just fix his neck. And if you could, the rest of him's pretty killer. And we've got a product called Carve Up that if you've fed with us or been out here, you know exactly what that is. But I would say that pig needs some Carve Up, and I think he's going to be a really, really good show barrow. His build is great. His squareness is good. He's right on the money as far as something that you can just kind of feed into early or middle May. Get him some Carve Up. Most pigs are going to need that anyways. It'll work on him. It'd be a great testament to how good that product is. But I sure like that pig. And I'd say don't miss his brother here, which is 34. Brothers comes in a little longer bodied package, and I think some of that is his color pattern. He's got that white belt, and it makes him just look a little funnier there, in particular on the left side. You're not quite sure if he's quite as balanced, but don't miss him. His build's very good. He's going to be a pig that grows. He's going to be a pig you can feed a little bit harder. He's got good feet and toes. You get him slowed down, you get on his head, that's a totally different creature than what he looks like just kind of cruising around here, not whip broke. So again, don't miss that one. That's 34, and the thin belt is lot 7.
So again, on these guys, lot 34, that pig right there, he's just real green. He looks real good out here in the ring, and when Tessa gets him stacked up and gets his head up and gets him moving, that thing is going to look amazing in the show ring. Real stout skull, real good head placement, nice movement, and real solid barrow there to go win a show for you. And then this thin belted one too. Probably could classify in a hamp class and be real fun. It's just a little smaller out here in the ring, so it's a little bit harder to compare the two side by side. But I tell you, if you feed that thing out and get a good feed bucket in front of him, that thing's going to be amazing too.
Eight, 9, and 35 just came in the ring, and these are all three mates. 8 and 9 are mates. 35 is a non-mate. So 8 and 9. Talk about those two first. 8 is the kind of shorter-bodied belted pig, and then 9 here is the one that just went in front of the camera that Bella's got there in the pink shirt. So again, 8 and 9. Those are Toy Story Endgame 84.5. So their mom would actually be a full sister to Game of Thrones, Game On, and Game Plan. She's a very, very impressive sow. She's solid black. She's about as stout as they come. And again, that's 8 and 9's mom. And again, their sire is Toy Story. We'll try to get them in front of the camera for you one more time here. 9 is the traditional belted pig, and 8 is the kind of short-backed. Barrow is built a little bit more in the center of his back there, and he's got a couple white back legs. So again, Toy Story Endgame, real high on this pair. The 8 is just a neat looking animal. I'm not exactly sure where he fits. Probably later, wherever he fits. It probably needs to be later. But that guy's got a wild look. He's got a lot of hair. He's got a sharp front end on him. Real short back. Neat pig. His brother 9, on the other hand, the traditional belted pig, classes hamp all day long, is just a very complete pig. He's got a lot of power. When you get in behind him, you realize he's got a very large hind leg. He's got a sharp front on him as well. A little bit more complete, a little bigger package, a little bit bolder rib kind of package that he comes in. Probably a great fair pig, great expo type barrow. Great barrow to go to like that Kootenai Classic or something large, and give you a real good chance because he's got plenty of stoutness, got a great look, got a great design, and is not messed up in any regard. So again, 8 and 9. Then you got the thin belt over there that Alea's driving, would be lot 35. That's another loud and clear OG. So that red belted pig we talked about, that's been one of our favorites here, that just came through. This is a mate to him. So again, he would be lot 35. Loud and clear OG. Thin belted pig. Love his design, his skull, his forearm, his look from the side, and his color pattern all lend to a real successful show barrow there. 8, 9, and 35.
Yeah, I know it's getting late here, and to be honest with you, that's my fault. Not necessarily my fault, but Southwest's fault. But with that being said, I think 35. We'll start with that one, and in terms of having an OG mother, I would say that that's what those pigs need to look like at this stage. They're going to get better every day of their life. They're going to come with a big punch in terms of just muscle, power, shape, everything that they have to offer. They're going to come with it more and more. And then the other two there, I think, Russell, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think lot 9 is actually a crypt. It looks like he's got one out, and then you're going to have to go fishing for the other one. But those guys here, the crew at Ottenwalter, this farm will stand behind him. They'll take care of it. They got their vet here all the time. But boy, I highly encourage you to sit here and study 8 and 9. I think those pigs could actually sit out here for a long time. And I would have to really break them down to tell you which one's my favorite one in terms of just those two, but between the pair. But 3 really, really good pigs. Like I said, I know we're getting late in the night. The peanut gallery over here to the right is sure getting loud, but hey, we're having fun, and this is a really, really good set of pigs.
Five and 64 coming in. These are 2 mate sisters, and this 5's been one I've fielded a lot of calls on. She's been one of our, I guess more popular ones, and she is our first belted gilt that we're offering in the sale tomorrow. And her sister 64 here, I'd tell you, is built very, very similar, and it's fun to get them in the ring here. You can kind of see that these are 2 peas in a pod. They just sell very, very far apart from each other tomorrow. And I guess I just lied to you. They're not sisters. They sure look like sisters, but they're not. So lot 5, Toy Story Tarantino 60-4. Lot 64, Toy Story OG 10-6. So lot 64, which is the one that Carter's on there, is actually a litter mate to those kind of those red tinge pigs that are lots like 28 and 29 barrows. And then lot 5 is a mate to, we showed you her mate barrow just a little earlier. He was lot 56. So at any rate, they're both Toy Stories. They look like sisters. Their design is very, very good. And I'd tell you, if you're looking for an expo gilt, or you're looking for a gilt you can go to like our state fair or CYE with, or even a gilt you can show in the breeding shows there in the Northwest Jackpot circuits. Study this pair. They are female in their look. They are good built, long strided, good bodied, great designed. They function and have all of those things. But then at the same time, they're wide and they're muscular and they're shapely and they're stout featured. So these are the kind that get along in that kind of venue. Certainly, if you've got a fair and you want to win, I think that either one of them would probably fit as market hogs. because they're belted and they're good designed, and you get them big and fleshy and they got muscle, they're going to do good there too. But I just see these as breeding gilt type show. Jackpots, in the Northwest all have a breeding show. These would do extremely well in those venues. Again, 5 is the kind of wide belted gilt. 64 is the little bit more kind of just painted gilt there between the two of them. Nice pair.
Two really good gilts, and Russell, I'll be honest with you, without reading the notches, I would have not guessed that they wouldn't have been mates kind of after they got out here and you started looking at them. That 64 is one that I feel like just exactly what you said there in terms of a breeding piece deluxe. One that looks like a big ring show gilt. I mean, you get that thing weighing 300 pounds out there. You get her black dark and in the sunlight, and I think that one's going to be very good. And then you got a female like this in terms of lot 5 there. I think that people know Mark Ottenwalter and Ottenwalter Showpigs and Russell and just Calusa in general for their females that they put together. I mean, I think that when Mark's name comes up, immediately we start thinking back to the females that he's put in. And I know that we got to sit in this same building about 3 weeks ago and talk through a set of sows and a set of females that were sold, and you start seeing the females that this firm's offering, their feet and legs, the breeding potential that they have behind them. You can actually buy these females, start your program or move your program to the next level. And I encourage you, not just this set of gilts, but all the gilts in the sale in terms of a breeding piece and the value that they have. This program puts together some of the best sows in the country. And if you don't believe me, I encourage you to buy a flight and come out here and call Russell and say, hey, we want to go through your sows. Because you will not make me a liar. And whenever there's an opportunity to buy something that looks like 5 from a program that has the value that they do, take the opportunity. 2 very, very good gilts. If you got any questions, I encourage you to call me on these because I like these gilts as market hogs, but more importantly as breeding gilts that you can have a higher return on your investment.
We're getting closer to the end here, folks. We appreciate your patience. I know it's late, and most of you guys will probably watch this in the morning, and that's great. That's why we're doing this. We want you to get a good look here. Gracie is continuing to put these times up so you can get on the Showpig page and see exactly when they come through. So thanks for that, Gracie. We have 6, 65, and 66 in the ring. These 3 are all litter mate sisters. They're sired by 40-6. And they're out of To the Extreme 15-8. So we've got a handful of To the Extreme sows that I would tell you the ones we have are all amongst our very top end females here. They're young sows. This is a second parity, second litter that this mama has had here for us. She is a very muscular, very stout, very good-looking, neat-fronted kind of sow that they're out of. And again, the sire's 40-6. That's at Morgan Genetics, or what was at Morgan Genetics. We owned half of him. He's actually now in Calusa. We just got him in this week, and we're excited to have him here. So at any rate, lot 6 is the blue belt that Bella in the pink shirts got. And then we have lot 66 is the other blue belt, the kind of more predominantly blue, not as much belted. And then the black belted gilt is 65. Again, they're 40-6 To the Extreme. Very, very nice litter of gilts, but very different in their types and kind. The lot 6 that Bella's got there, is just a neat looking gilt, probably one that I would say, jackpot kind of perspective. You want to get along in the light cross division, you want to go to a big ring show. That's a great light cross gilt to land on and try to invest in. The 66 more solid blue gilt, built very similar to her, probably a little bigger bodied and probably one that fits a breeding gilt show very, very well. Then the little belt is no doubt the smallest, weight wise, but she is the shortest backed, has a neat look like her sister Lot 6. Don't discount that one. That one could get along really, really well. And I think even later into summer there, be a great state fair kind of gilt. So lots of different pieces and parts that are different out of these three, but lots of quality. 6 is the blue belt, 66 is the more solid blue, and 65 is the black belt.
3 really good gilts here, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. This to the extreme female, to the extreme diving down into that pedigree is he's a tricked out cruel intention. And the cool thing about it is that cruel intention sow is actually the mother of No Stranger and quite frankly as well that Mark Gray has. She's a mate sister to the $125,000 at the time records selling female that Hilty raised. The ability that these females have to go on and generate and be able to build a program around utilizing a boar on the top side of this to make a set of females, to be honest with you, it's kind of crazy that they're even letting these females go. I encourage you to sit in here, study these females, just because that they're ranked in terms of their tag numbers 6, 65, and 66 might not be the way that they actually like them. I encourage you to get in here, figure out which one that fits your feeding program, fits what show that you want to go to. I can tell you for me, there's one in terms of if you want to make make a set of blues and build around blues, I would highly encourage you to tie into this line. Finding a female that looks like this, to have that color pattern, to be able to breed her back to maybe a white boar and even a blue boar to keep that blue going. There's a lot of blue in that line right there, and you're going to keep getting it over and over and over. Very good opportunity right here to win a breeding gilt show, but also have the ability to build a sow herd around.
$13, $14 just coming in, and it's getting late in the night, and I wish it was a little earlier when these two come through, because been really high on them, and going through the barn yesterday and today, and just trying to kind of help people figure out what they need. Keep coming across this pair, and very high on them again. They are different league 112-1. Back on Last Dance 54-8. So that Last Dance 54-8, this is actually her first litter. She's a summer female, summer born from last year. Last Dance American Spirit was her pedigree. Again, sire here, different league 112-1. Real high on this pair. The 13 is solid white. She's the smaller one. I say that solid white. She does have a little blue freckle there above her left eye. And then the 14 is the blue. She's got some blue on her side there. She's a little bigger. But at any rate, different league 112-1, Last Dance. Last Dance has done a lot of good for this program. We've used him quite a bit. Probably need to continue to use him. I think they've still got him over there, make some daughters. But at any rate, different sizes here. They certainly fit different things. But if you study the skeleton on these pigs, they're extremely good. We've had a lot of these different League 112-1s come through the ring, and I'll tell you the same thing I've told you the other times they came through. They're going to come with a lot of muscle. They have a lot of power. They're gonna need to feed slower in general. You can easily see that in the 14. The 13, the little white pig, doesn't look quite as thick, doesn't look like she needs to come as slow, but I tell you, I just love that one, Skeleton. Don't know where she lands, at the end of the day. I'd say if you want to show her you could probably show her all summer and spring, and I think that one should get along really well in the light cross division. Certainly the 14 would also. She's a little bigger. Maybe a little more, county fair market show kind of deal, or big ring show, market show kind of deal. There's a lot of muscle in her, but really, really good pair. Extremely high on them. I love how stout featured they are too, especially this 13 for her size. Just proportionally get in behind her, realize how large her hind leg is. Really high on this pair. 13, 14.
Yeah, these two are great. Skin, hair, they just look like beautiful show pigs out here in the ring. They're definitely different size wise, that's for sure, and I think that's an advantage. Really, with this pair, you basically take your pick here of where you want to take them, and pick your end game and win some banners along the way. They're both very well built, very well muscled up, good movement with them. Skin and hair's great, all good on their toes, and just got a good real hip and hind leg look to them.
We've got 21, 20, and 47 coming in. These three are all mate sisters, and they are 43 litters, so they're actually mates. We showed you their mate brothers just a little bit ago. They are Loud and Clear, OG 34.8. So their mate brothers were 54 and 55. We're real high on that pair. And I'd tell you, we're just as high on these mate sisters. As we were sorting pigs, we did it rather quickly here, this group, just because we had to, and as we were sorting, the next day we made the sale set, and Dustin helped me sort pigs, and his favorite that day was this lot 20, the thin belted gilt. That's the one that Alea's got there, the real thin belted one. She's kind of in the front of the camera now. Again, the others out here are 21 and 47. So the smaller belted gilt there is 21. The wide belt that Whitney in the red has got here is 47. Again, Loud and Clear OGs, the pedigree on these. This Loud and Clear deal, we're putting a lot of faith in. After having all these pigs, we will use him real hard, and he'll actually probably get a large chunk of our first parity gilts as we move into the summer litters here. Bone and stoutness is very good on these pigs, and we like how good design they are. We haven't seen issues with front feet. We haven't seen issues with just hock placement. Real high on them. The 20, again, is the one Alea's got. That one was Dustin's favorite. I'd tell you she's a greener bodied pig, but I'd tell you if you study her skeleton, feet and legs wise, you get on either end of her, obviously she's going to grow. Obviously she needs to be fed, to an end point. And when she comes with a little body, I'd say Dustin's right on the money. That one's going to be extremely good and extremely hard to beat because she's got all the other extras in terms of look and bone. This one that Carter's trying to drive over here, we'll get her back out if we can. Carter is lot 21. She's the other thin belted gilt. She's a little more moderate than Sister 20. But the same kind of build and same kind of look there. I'd tell you don't overlook her. And then the big 47 is the afterthought gilt there. If you miss the first two, you still have a chance at a third one there. 47's the widest at her rib out of the three of them here. She's probably the sowiest just in terms of her look. She's still got a big old stout skull, and she's going to have big legs and some hair and a good rear leg to go with it. So again, they are 20, 21, 47.
You know, three females here. You just say the pedigree, loud and clear, OG. And whenever you stop and think about that, what OG's been able to do, what Dakota Streber's been able to do with that next intention sow, and then you think of loud and clear being all out, in-game trumpet. You're adding in-game in there multiple times. You know, an opportunity right here in terms of breeding program deluxe. But more importantly, I mean, you sit here and study these females for what they are. You know, the ability to go home, get better every day of their lives. You know, we said it earlier, you know, when we're looking at these things on the green carpet, you know, Ottenwalter, they're not hiding nothing. When you put pellets down, when you put shavings down, and you run pigs out here in the preview, you can hide a lot of things. When you put carpet on concrete, you see everything. You see toe quality, you see feet and leg structure, and this is exactly how these females are going to walk and act and do in a big ring setting as well as a sow pen. So a great opportunity right here to tie in. Three very, very good ones. I'm going to tell you that you need to get them out in the back. Call with questions. I'll go through them in the morning, kind of make a list in terms of ranking them and how I like them, because it's going to take some studying on these three.
So these are the last three in the preview of the night. We appreciate your patience. We've got a nice crowd that's stuck around here, and really appreciate you guys very much. These are 48, 49, and 50. The 48 we can talk about first, which is the one that Carter's got over there, the belted gilt. She's got actually kind of a half-belted gilt. She's belted on her right side there. She is loud and clear OG. So again, you know, we had those two litters that were littermate OG daughters, bred to loud and clear. And this one would be, you know, one of those. Obviously, she's a mate to that red belted barrow, lot 59, and several others that we've shown you. Loud and clear OG, big legs, big centered, big back, big skull, still square built. We think she's pretty nice. Then we've got the 49, which is the calico. Tessa's driving around. She's a very muscular gilt. She's moderate in terms of her frame size. She's a little later in her maturity through her center body. She's out of that 25 litter that just keeps popping up. Seems like every other pen we've got a 25 litter pig. So she'd be a mate to the lot 3. She'd be a mate to the little Tamworth looking pig. We had lot 71. Several others throughout. Study that pig and all the individuals in the litter. They come in different colors and sizes, but that litter's been really, really strong. You know, where does she fit for you? You know, as a jackpot pig or a market hog or whatever, or a potential breeding gilt, you know, that's up to you. But there's a good look at her kind of cruising across, moderate, very muscular, very, very good legged. And again, that's 49. And then the lot 50, been excited to get her in the ring. She's the last one to talk about for the day here. That's the belted gilt Bella's got there. Has a wide kind of belt and some wide up her rear legs there. Study her. She's real neat. She's a littermate to the lot 15 barrow. She's a tricked out 6'8" Game of Thrones. She comes with a coarse hair texture. She comes with a big wide skull on her. Still very good legged. I think one that can grow and get big for a lot of our May show people out here, and be a stout one and muscular one at a younger age for them that want to show in May. But at the same time, she could also be a gilt, go to CYE or show throughout the summer, you know, at a state fair or something like that, and be one that's stout. And really just like her design. That litter's real strong. We're real high on her mate brother. And I don't know that at the end of the day, if she's not maybe the best one in the litter, again, she's lot 50. So we've got 48, the half belt. We've got 50, the wide belt. And then we've got the calico in here is lot 49.
Yeah, we'll start with this 48, and one that to me looks like that you could take her, you know, buy that gilt, put her on your feeding program, and just pick your endpoint that you want to. One that looks to be like that's going to be easy feeding, you know, not going to have many holes, not going to get you in the ditch hardly at all. You know, I would say that this colored up one here, you know, you want to look really smart. You heard what her mates are. If you sit here and watch the preview today and you got to look at those and you got to study what they were, just kind of a pro tip, I would say buy the female, and then after the males win, and then you own the female or the mate sister to those males, you're going to look really smart at the end of the day. You know, breeding piece, show gilt, it doesn't matter. That's a very good one besides her color. And then the gilt that we end on this 50 in terms of just one that's out there in kind of every way. She looks a little bit different. One that to me looks like that she's going to be very stout. As a big ring gilt, you know, I don't think she's ever going to weigh 300 pounds. But one at 260, 270 that's going to give them absolutely all they want and do exactly what she needs to do on down the road. I would say with that, I had about 6.5 hours today in the Denver airport doing absolutely nothing. I looked through all the pictures, and I was really excited to get here to Colusa to see the pigs after I seen the pictures and just kind of read the descriptions. And Russell, I will tell you, getting a set here and look at the set of pigs, I would say that this set of pigs, you know, I think that over the last 3 years of getting to work with you guys, you know, the set of pigs that we've seen every year has been good. I would tell you that this set of pigs today is probably the best set of pigs that I've seen this firm have in terms of just the depth of quality, in terms of, you know, making huge strides where they need to be. So I encourage you to sit through. Watch all the videos. If you have any questions, there's a ton of numbers there in the front of the in the catalog that you can look at. Reach out to myself. This preview will be uploaded just shortly right after. I know Russell's got some comments that he'll add to this, of course. But if you got any questions, the sale doesn't start till 1 o'clock tomorrow here California time. We'll get up in the morning, we'll go through them, make a really good list. If you got any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'll tell you. But this is a very good set of pigs. It's going to take some time to put a short list together, and it's going to be rather long, I would say. So with that, Russell, kind of turn it over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Blake, and appreciate it. And again, our apologies on the lateness of it, but we appreciate Blake coming out, and he's. You know, I'm tired, and I know he's on a different time frame than I am, so he's got to be real tired. But putting in the effort to help us here, and you know, like you said, it's going to take a little time. I have sent some longer lists to some folks. Please don't hesitate. I'll be up real early tomorrow morning. Shoot me a text, give me a call. We are going to return here. We'll have our preview at 10. I will be available throughout the morning, and then the auction starts at 1 tomorrow. Our time, which is 4 o'clock in Indiana. It's 3 o'clock in the Midwest and Southwest. So my number's listed on there. We've also got Preston Alberti coming to help us tomorrow. He'll help us with the preview, and we've listed his number on there as well. So you can reach me or Blake or Preston with any questions that you've got, and we look forward to a good sale. And thanks for tuning in, and thanks for your patience.